Elon Musk's Tesla has proven it can make excellent battery-powered cars. With many awards and lots of sales, the fact has been proven over and over. However, with the Tesla semi-truck here, has Tesla made a great electric truck? In this video, we find out because Tesla's most powerful monster, the semi-truck, is here. For decades, the logistics sector has relied on diesel-powered big rigs to transport large cargo on land over long distances. They ferry both raw materials and finished goods all over the country. Gas-powered trucks do this while producing lots of harmful emissions that cause global warming and health hazards. This is the ugly truth behind the items you pick off the shelf because they got there with the help of these environment-polluting vehicles. Making a battery-powered truck is very difficult because of the unique requirements of the task they do. However, that is not stopping Tesla from making one. And like any product Tesla makes, the semi-truck shatters expectations and turns the transport sector on its head. The Semi is a Class 8 truck powered by 4 independent electric motors. The independence of these motors allows Tesla to do some exciting things with the Semi. One example is how Tesla has solved an age-long problem with trucks loaded with a trailer: jackknifing. Jackknifing is the nightmare of truck drivers because it is life and death. Jackknifing happens when the truck cab violently goes one way while the trailer goes another, resulting in a catastrophic imbalance causing the truck to flip over. At this point, the driver has lost control and can only hope for the best. But not in a Tesla Semi. Musk boasted it would never happen to a Tesla-branded truck during the presentation of the Semi. Here is how the Semi prevents jackknifing with the help of its independent electric motors. Thanks to a unique drivetrain, the truck can detect the weight distribution on each of the wheels in real time. It can also actuate the motors or stop them as required to maximize traction control, thereby automatically correcting for oversteer when the weight distribution changes. The result is that the truck does everything to avoid a jackknife. The best part is it does not require the driver's intervention. Bear in mind that this solution came very early in the truck's development. Apart from preventing accidents, the electric motors power the Semi to great heights. This battery-powered monster does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 20 seconds with 80,000 pounds of load attached. 80,000 pounds is the maximum load legally permitted for its class. Disconnect the load and the Semi does it in 5 seconds, competing with expensive cars. Going up a 5% grade with maximum load attached, the insane Semi reaches 65 miles per hour. To understand how crazy that is, a diesel-powered truck will only reach 45 miles per hour under the same conditions. The Semi is revolutionary, so it is appropriate that Tesla chose a striking design. It puts the driver at the center in the cabin instead of to the side. This cockpit-style seat placement, coupled with a good height, enhances safety because it allows the driver to see more. External cameras feed the 2 screens before the driver with the footage of the truck's surroundings. The Semi is protected against rollover by its low center of gravity. Now, guess what Musk's favorite part of the Semi is? It's the windshield glass. He claims it can withstand a thermonuclear explosion. Speaking of range, the Semi comes in 2 different configurations. One will last 300 miles on a single charge, while the second one will go 500 miles before having to stop for a charge. The Semi debuts with Tesla's new 4680 battery. Tesla has spent a lot of time tweaking the materials and physical arrangement to squeeze out the most range, reduce weight and charging times, and enhance safety and longevity. Some people have wondered if the battery would not be a problem for the Semi. EV batteries are heavy, and the typical Tesla car with a 100 kilowatt-hour battery weighs 1,300 pounds more due to their battery. Some experts not associated with Tesla estimate that the Semi needs between 600 kilowatt-hours and 1,000 kilowatt-hours to yield 300 or 500 miles of driving range. Using this estimate, these experts say the Semi's battery will have to weigh about 8,000 pounds. Ordinarily, that would eat into the payload allowance for the Semi, which is equivalent to a Class 8 truck. But that does not take into account the advances Tesla has made with its new battery. Those estimates were made in 2017, and since then, Tesla has recorded breakthroughs in its battery. Like it has been stated, these new 4680 batteries are lighter and have a higher density, which bodes well for the Semi. Apart from the battery advancement, the Semi will benefit from changes to trucking regulations since 2017. The regulatory bodies in the US and Europe have been giving allowances for electric trucks and weight limits. In the EU, for instance, electric Class 8 trucks are allowed to add 4,400 pounds more than their diesel equivalents. In the US, electric trucks can be 2,000 pounds heavier. So, combining Tesla's new battery and liberalized weight regulations, the Semi will not really have any weight problem. The Semi consumes energy at the rate of 2 kilowatt-hours per mile, the lowest ever. This is due in part to the low drag coefficient of 0.36 and the performance optimization Tesla engineers have done. Because of this crazy energy consumption rate, the Semi is the darling of fleet operators because refueling costs are lower. Electric vehicles usually cost less to refuel than their gas-powered cousins, but in the case of the Semi, Tesla has worked really hard to bring the cost even lower because it's a big deal in logistics. Tesla says electric energy costs are half of the diesel equivalent, and this will result in $200,000 savings in fuel with only a 2-year back-buy period. As an electric truck, the Semi breaks down less frequently than diesel trucks because fewer moving parts break. This results in less cost of maintenance and downtime, two other metrics fleet operators are particular about. Musk himself assured us that the Semi doesn't break down within the first 1 million miles travel. That is unimaginable with gas trucks. And interestingly, the Semi still works with 2 of its 4 electric motors faulty. Talk of inbuilt ruggedness. Overall, the Semi costs $1.26 to operate instead of $1.51 for the average truck. Fleet managers can still cut down the operation cost by taking advantage of the unique features Tesla has added. The Semi has a convoy mode that lets groups of semis travel together. This mode results in better fuel efficiency due to the improved aerodynamics of vehicles moving behind one another. It even gets better because the semis behind the leading truck do not need drivers at the wheels. They communicate with the leading truck in real time to know when to brake, accelerate, or slow down. This reduces the cost of personnel, salaries, benefits, and so forth. Musk claims that this mode makes a convoy of semis a more efficient method of freight transportation than rail. This depends on regulatory bodies giving their approval, but hey, we have seen the new Model S allowed on the road with a yoke instead of a steering wheel. So if Musk has his way, you could be sharing the road with a train of half a dozen semis manned by 1 or 2 drivers. The truck would stay too long charging on a supercharger with a large heavy-duty battery pack that powers the Semi. To make the process faster, Tesla has designed the Mega Charger. It can add about 400 miles in just 30 minutes of charging. This will need about 1 megawatts of power, suggesting where Tesla got the name from. Tesla is now building the first mega charger station, which Sawyer Merritt spotted. Sawyer is an investor and a big fan of Tesla. He spotted pictures of the mega charger station being installed at Giga, Nevada. The picture shows that the charging stalls are meant for longer EVs because of their length. Tesla is building them to support the test running of the semi-truck between Fremont and Nevada. Tesla will use them to move cargo between its factories at both locations. Interestingly, Tesla appears to be following the CCS standard, as it has submitted its design to CHARL and the industry body behind the CCS standard. Tesla is joined by other companies involved in EV charging, like Electrify America, ABB, Paxos,